Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. It's your girl Yaya. If you're new here, if you're not, hey. So today I'm just gonna be doing a story time on why I moved to Texas from New York. So let's get right into the video. So I want to start out by saying that hold on guys, I'm trying to set you up. That I'm originally from New York, born and raised. I'm from Harlem, but I stayed in the Bronx for a few past 10 years. Yeah, 10 years I would say. So New York is different. New York is very different. It's fast paced. It's always on the go. It's just non-stop, basically. To be honest, about probably like I'd say 10 years ago. Let me see, Lyric is 10. So right before I got pregnant with Lyric, I always said that I didn't want to stay in New York. Like I said, I'm born and raised there, but I'm not a city girl. Like, it may be hard for, someone to understand, like, how she's not a city girl if she's from the city. I don't know, at heart, like, I was always like, I don't want this city life, I want to have the house with the backyard, I want to pull up in my garage, yada yada yada. So that's how I've been feeling for the last 11 years, but I never really got the courage to do it. I used to always post, I'm gonna move next year, I'm gonna move out of New York next year. Like, every time a year would come, I would say the next year following I would move. Never did it. Did this for years. I mean, I was going through some of my old Facebook posts and I noticed that I was actually doing it for a long time. So basically I was procrastinating only because, this is all I knew. Okay, rewind. I moved upstate New York and I tried that for a year. I didn't like it. It was even worse. Like, it wasn't for me. Like, it was not the city, it wasn't the city life, but it wasn't a place where I wanted to live, basically. So I said, okay, so I tried upstate New York. It wasn't for me, so let's go south. So for a few years, I kept saying Atlanta. I wanted to move to Atlanta. I even went down to Atlanta and looked at some houses, and I was set on moving to Atlanta. That was like 5 years ago. Came back like, oh yeah. If I keep looking down, that's because I have my notebook. I wrote some stuff down so I won't forget. So I kept saying, yeah, Atlanta is basically where I'm gonna go. Didn't happen. Can't remember why it happened, but I'm pretty sure that I was procrastinating as usual. It was a few things. Okay, so yeah, moving to Atlanta. So Atlanta never happened. Once again, I started procrastinating, and another 2 years went by. Once we got in the pandemic, You know, everybody was home. It gave me a lot of time to think, and I'm telling myself, you know this is what you want. You've been wanting this for years. You have to stop procrastinating. You have to stop. A little backstory also is all of my family are from New York. So it's like when I move, I have to put that in consideration also. But my heart was set on moving, and I'm like, you know, sometimes you gotta make sacrifices to get what you want. I'm like, let me do this. At least I know if it doesn't work out, I can always say that I did it, and I've been wanting to do it for years, and I finally did it. So, beginning of pandemic, I started doing my research, and Texas popped up. And before I even get into the whole situation, anywhere you move, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something you don't like. It's gonna be stuff that you don't agree with. Like, you're not gonna find the perfect place to live in, because that's just how the world works. Like, it's gonna be something that you just don't like, basically. Because I mean, this is the world we live in. It's just self-explanatory. Sorry, that was my ice maker. It's just self-explanatory. Like, this is the world we live in. You know, it's never gonna be. You're never gonna find the perfect place to live in. So I know there's a lot of. It was a few things that came up when I was considering Texas, but it was also a lot of good things also that came up. So the first reason why I picked Texas was because of the weather. If you know anything about New York winters, you know that they are the worst. They're the worst. And I swear, I was raised in New York, but I used to hate when the winters would come around. Like, when I say hate, like, I would hate. That's Quentin in the background. If y'all hear him, like, surprisingly, I got him to stay chill and I blast Coco Melon while I'm trying to do this video. So anyway, I used to hate it. Like, I used to hate it. Like, I used to be so miserable because I don't like the coldness. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. I don't want it to be 90 to 100 degrees every day, but I also don't want to be in 2 degrees weather. Like, okay, and I don't like the snow. Like, did I say that? I don't like snow. Like, I let my kids enjoy it while we was living in New York for years. So I'm like, I know once we move to Texas, it's gonna be a different ballgame, because we get a lot of inches of snow. So I mean, at least they got to experience it while we was living in New York, because I know once we get to Texas, it's gonna be different. Yeah, I'm not a winter person. Like, I can do fall, spring, summer sometimes, but I'd rather take the summer over the winter. So that was one of the reasons why. The weather. Like, the weather is great out here. Don't get me wrong, the heat can get to you, because it got to me a few times. Like, I'm like, oh my god, are we ever gonna get any type of breeze? But like I said, I'd rather deal with that than deal with the brutal winters in New York. And number 2 is because if you know anything about New York, you know that the apartments are so tiny, it's ridiculous. So on top of it being tiny, they want to charge you ridiculous amount of money to rent it. Like some places, they charging $1,900 for 1 bedroom, and you should see how small it is. It's like the size of my bathroom right now. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. I was like, this is not gonna work for me. Like, I can't do this. They overcharging for these small, tiny apartments. It's ridiculous. Like, so the weather, the space, like, I wanted a huge house, like I said, with a big backyard, you know, pull up in my, like, that's what I wanted. Like, I didn't want the apartment, the small apartment, like, I didn't want that. That's not what I wanted for me and my kids, and my kids also didn't want that either. So let me put that out there also. I asked my kids, is this, you know, what they wanted? And they also wanted the same thing I wanted. So my kids is a little older, you know, minus Quentin, he's younger. But, you know, the other ones, you know, agreed that this is what they want to do. The school system out here is spectacular. Not saying all the schools, but most of the schools I looked up out here have like an A+. The schools in New York, I mean, it's probably a few out there that's good, but most of them, I don't think they have the best interest in your children. That's just my opinion. People may disagree, but that's my opinion. Like I said, not all of them. I'm pretty sure is some of them out there that's, you know, actually good, and, you know, they do what they gotta do as far as the best interest in the kids, but a lot of them are not like that. So also, I did mention earlier in the video that I knew that I had to make a sacrifice when I moved. It would be just me and the kids, no family, no nothing. So in a way, it was a good thing, and then in a way it was a bad thing, because I knew that I wouldn't see them as much as I did while I was living in New York. But so that's the bad thing. But the good thing is, I needed to get away from my family. Not all of them, but some of them. I know that if I'm put in a situation that it's not the best for me, then I'm gonna have to make, you know, the decisions on, you know, what to do basically. So, okay, so I had to turn my ring light on because for some reason, I think it's gonna rain today, so it got a little dark in here, and it's only 12:38. So, I had to turn it on. I felt like it was dark. And then, basically, I just got tired of all the drama. Like, and I'm not saying that I'm not gonna have any issues while I'm out here. I'm not saying it's gonna be perfect. I'm just saying that sometimes if you remove yourself out of a situation, you can see things from a distance. And I'm not saying, oh, you know, just because I picked up and moved, then I'm gonna have the perfect life, nothing's gonna happen, and everything's gonna run smoothly. No, it's not. I mean, I would like it to, but that's just not how life works. It's gonna be ups and downs, it's gonna be bumps in the road, stuff is gonna happen. That it's just, it is what it is. I'm gonna barely see my family because I'm all the way out here, but I'm okay with that because I can FaceTime them. I can FaceTime them. I actually been FaceTiming, you know, some of them every day. So, you know, good thing for that. But other than that, I'm happy. I haven't been out here that long, but I did my research long enough. Like, I did my research the whole pandemic. You know, I knew what part I wanted to be in. I knew how I was gonna get things done. I also came down here before I moved down here. I forgot to mention that at the beginning. Before I moved down here, I also came down here because I'm like, you know, I did my research all this time, so let me, you know, go down here to at least check it out. You know, instead of just, you know, doing my research from a distance and then just up and moving. Let me at least go down there, see how everything is, and, you know, I go from there and I can make my decision from there. And it's like, once I got down here, I knew, like, once I got down here to visit, I knew that I was making the right decision. So, yeah, New York is always gonna be home. I'm gonna love New York, but I would never want to live in New York again. Like, I was just miserable there, and I guess that's because it just wasn't for me. And I will always visit. I won't visit no time soon though. I probably won't visit in another couple of years, to be honest, because it's like I was there all my life, so I don't have to rush back to visit. I would actually rather my family come down here visit so they can get away for a little while. And like I said, I speak to them on FaceTime every day, so I know it's not the same as seeing them in person, but as long as I can speak to them and make sure everything is alright, then, you know, I'm perfectly fine with that. And, you know, some of them already have plans on coming down to visit soon, so, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, so that's the reason why I moved from New York to Texas. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure y'all turn your post notifications on so y'all can get notified every time I post a video. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.